Hey, what's up you guys? Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Carrie from Carrie Berry Co. and this week is the week of Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you're surrounded by all the love and romance. This week I have been surrounded by sick family members and just discouragement. So I'm sorry that this video is coming to you a little bit late. It'll be out before Valentine's Day, but I wish that I would have gotten it out earlier, but your girl was just not feeling super encouraged. I felt a little down this whole week, just doubting myself and doubting my goals and abilities and all that kind of stuff. So we all get that way sometimes. I know, I'm not the only one. But yeah, so that's why this video is coming a little bit late to you guys. So my apologies. I'm gonna try to, get back on the horse and, start killing it again. So, this week I decided to go with a kind of black and white and bright theme. I got inspired by a Valentine's Day party post that I saw on Pinterest that I'll link down below for you guys so you can see that original photo that gave me the inspiration for this spread. I just thought it was so cute, so that's what gave me the idea to do the black and white elements mixed in with all of the traditional Valentine's Day pinks. You guys know me, I love my pinks, so definitely couldn't leave that out for Valentine's Day. So yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say about it, so we're just going to jump right into the video.
Okay, so let me start off by apologizing for my camera angle because I had a system that was working for me in my kitchen, but obviously working in my kitchen is not ideal, so I moved my filming area into another area of the house, but it is a work in progress and I have to use a different setup right now, so the setup that I was using before was not working. So I have a table apparatus that is coming in the mail, and that is going to solve this little issue that I am having. So our next video is going to be beautiful overhead bird's eye view. So with this video, let's just pretend that we are sitting across the table from each other and, just having a little chat, because we're all friends here, right? So I'm sketching everything out first because I just want to, I like to get an idea of where certain things are gonna go. I have an appointment on Saturday, which is why that box is there. Friday is Valentine's Day, which is why that heart is there. And then I have marked on Tuesday that my daughter is turning 9 months old. So, I like to just map it out to see where I have to put things based off of plans, and then from there I can fill in and I can decide which colors I want to use, and these flowers are going to be this color, so then these ones next to it can't be the same color, and that sort of thing. So that is why I like to map everything out first, just to make sure that I don't end up putting too many similar elements next to each other. So this part right here is a cute little sketched out I love you pattern, and that's just kind of acting as a decorative box behind my plan box. And so this like sketched out XO pattern is kind of the inspiration from the Pinterest photo that I was telling you guys about. So that whole thing mixed with the flowers is kind of what the original inspiration was. So I knew I wanted to incorporate that XO pattern, make it look nice and sketchy, or like brush strokes sort of. So then that's where the stripes came in and the, you know, I love you script and all that kind of stuff. I just knew that I wanted to add some black and white patterns in with the really pretty, like, pink florals that have that really nice Valentine's Day feel. So over here, I'm doing, I guess it would be like a felt ball garland. So I wanted dark pink, light pink, and white. And then I just ended up not really liking this. It was kind of a work in progress. I messed up, so I had to use my paint marker over top, and then I actually liked the way that that looked. So I went back over each and every white little felt ball with my white paint marker to, I just liked that better than the black outline. So now I am just going through and outlining these little boxes just to give it a border. And now I'm using my pink marker to give a border to the box that actually is going to contain my plans, the time and place and everything. And I have a hair appointment that day, and I made a gigantic box for that. Normally with appointments, I will use like a small box and just like doctor's appointment, blah, blah, blah. But I am so excited about this freaking hair appointment that I just didn't even care, and I let it take up my entire day. So, not my entire day, but you know. Down here, I had this cute little, love lettering, I guess, and it's part of like a Cupid's arrow, which I thought was super cute. And I always put, like, those little extra things, I always like to put them on Saturdays and Sundays because those are my less intense days with, you know, needing space for lists and to-dos and that sort of thing. So I'm starting with the flowers now, and I really loved, or I love peonies, and they're probably my favorite flower. I should probably update my husband on that information, though I don't think he knows that. So yeah. But I just love the way that these look. I just recently did a project for a friend. I sent her a sticker sheet, and one of the stickers on the sheet was a little vase of peonies because she has that in her salon as decoration, and I thought that sticker just turned out so stinking cute that when I was deciding what flowers to incorporate with this spread, then I was like, oh my gosh, I just am gonna do more of those peonies. So now that I know that I can make a peony sticker, then I wasn't super intimidated by it for this spread. So if you're interested in this spread or any elements of this spread becoming stickers for any of your projects or planners or journals or anything like that, then let me know. So I'm just adding more flowers over on my Saturday box, and I wanted all of the flowers to be pink, but I didn't want them to blend into each other, so I am just using different shades of pink. And then I'm gonna try to get fancy here and go in with my white paint marker. This flower kind of went a little bit rogue, like this was, you know, the first one's always a throwaway. So that's kind of what ended up happening here. But when I went over to these flowers, I actually really liked the way that the white popped. So then I went over and tried to fix this one, and it, you know, just, you know, that one will just, you know, that's the redheaded stepchild of our little peony flowers. But we still love him. So over here, I am just writing in Valentine's Day because even though I'm not going to forget that it's Valentine's Day, it's still fun to decorate. So I am outlining it first because I knew that Valentine's is just long enough of a word for me to probably mess up, and I did, so I'm glad that I penciled it out first. But I just left the downstrokes of it open, and then I'm going to go back later after that black marker has a chance to dry, and I'm going to fill it in with some pretty pink. And then on Saturday, I'm just writing in that I have a hair appointment that day and writing in the time. And I'm just mixing different fonts here. So hair, I did a nice little spaced out cursive script, and then I did a tall, skinny block letter for appointment. And then I think I end up filling that in as well. And then down over here, I just like to fill in the milestone that my daughter is turning 9 months that day. Basically just to take up space, to be honest. It's a nice little tactic for evening out your planner. You know how sometimes when you don't really have too much going on socially, so you feel like there's nothing to put in your planner, but there's so many things that you could actually put in there, you know, just to have something to put in and make it pretty and balance it out. And so I'm using a couple different fonts over here because my husband is going out with some friends that night. So I always try and fail to not be too girly with my fonts when I'm writing something in that has to do with my husband. And for some reason, it just never works out that way. I don't know. It's like the more I try to not be girly, the more girly it ends up looking. And just using my white paint marker to go through and fix any little imperfections. So now I'm ready to go in and start putting my divider lines in pen. I always do this last so that I don't have any ugly black lines going through any of my designs, because I always kind of do this staggered look where the boxes and decorations aren't right smack in the middle of the box or of the column. So I always make those black lines last so that I can, you know, make sure that I'm not putting any lines through any of my flowers or my hearts or my white boxes or anything like that. So down here at the bottom is where I am putting my next week box and my habit tracker. And my habit tracker is just what I like to use to keep myself on track with my daily tasks and reminders that I need to do or remember. And my next week box is just to write in the things that I need to remember for next week. Like if there's a birthday coming up and I need to buy a gift for it, or when I'm making my spread for next week, then I can just kind of peek over into my next week box from this spread and see what I had written down there. So now let's date the planner. So I just went with the abbreviations for some reason this week. Personal preference. And then I am going to go through and just kind of beef up those downstrokes a little bit. I am doing what I call faux calligraphy, where I'm just using or basically just coloring in the downstrokes to make them look thicker rather than using a brush pen. And there we have our cute pink, black, and white Valentine's Day spread.
Okay guys, thank you so much again for joining me. If you're not already, please go follow me on Instagram. I love to hear from you guys. I love to see what you're working on, all that good stuff. So let's be friends on Instagram. And if you like this video and want to see more, then hit that subscribe button and we can be friends on here too. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.